Hi guys, it's Lynn again with Little Fruit Nursery. I'm here with silicone baby Olivia. She is the Emerie Mei sculpt by Andrea Arcello. And she is, since I did my last video with a portrait baby of my son Ethan, this baby is a portrait of my daughter Audrey, as many of you guys know who've been watching my channel for a while. And I wanted to hop on and chat about the Rose Doll Show, and also to remind everybody that there is a winter doll show happening in Las Vegas. I think it's sometime in February. I have not signed up for it yet because I still think things are, maybe just a little bit precarious about the virus, and I'm not planning on doing any traveling. So for myself personally, I don't think I will be going. I did buy my tickets for Rose next year though, and booked my hotel for that. But, all, kind of with the caveat of like, I don't really know how, the next half a year is going to look, definitely promising about the vaccine. So if we can all have our vaccines done by then I think we should be able to hopefully have life return a little bit more back to normal. But I wanted to talk about it with you guys. I don't know if you guys have been thinking about that at all. So, and anyway, I'm going to change Olivia to like I think this is my favorite winter outfit that I own. It's by Janie and Jack. And which reminds me, I should go check out their website and see what new things they have. But it's this really cute, like this is a soft knitted pant. And it's a really pretty, kind of like a sweater dress. This is like exactly the kind of outfit that I love to wear. By the way, in the winter, I love sweater dresses with leggings. And then there's an adorable hat too. You guys are going to be like blown away by how cute she looks in this. She has worn this before. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get her changed. Yeah, and then with outfits like this, where it's kind of like a spaghetti strap, I find it easier to pull it from the top down. Yeah, I do wonder, like, I think first of all, like with a doll show in a pandemic, to me it's just so hard to imagine a doll show happening during this time. During a time when we can't even get together with our extended relatives, at least here in California. We're really not allowed to have gatherings outside of our household at the moment. So it's so hard for me to envision a time when we are going to be able to do something like a doll show. But if I, but I thought it would be interesting to kind of speculate, what changes they could make to make the doll show a little bit more pandemic friendly. I think there would be so a few ideas, and I think this is so hard because like I don't know how the show, I don't know if you guys know this, but they don't really make a profit each year. You would think it's this like big money making event, but I had heard from Andy, who's like one of the organizers, that they really it's really something that the Pratts really enjoy putting on, but it's not really a money maker. Like they kind of, I think they're lucky to sort of break even, or I think there have been years where they've just lost money, but it's definitely not like this hugely profitable endeavor. It's more of a labor of love. So I think some of the things that I would think through would be like, okay, capacity, first of all, because if you look at the doll show footage from previous years, and you just see how many vendors there are packed into a small space, and you see how many guests there are too, or attendees of the show as well. It's a lot of people. So I think first of all, you'd want to try to figure out a way to do social distancing, and maybe instead of having everybody just in the show all the time, maybe you have set hours where you can shop. Maybe you have to pay a lot more to get I'm just making this up, to get a ticket to go to the show floor on the earlier side, versus if you're okay taking an afternoon slot. I think people would totally pay more money to go earlier, but then the problem is then you'll have a demand issue, because not everyone, I don't know, you either have to kind of do it like on a lottery system. Oh my gosh, this is so cute, so pretty on her. You'd either have to do like a lottery system, or you'd have to figure out like some other way. Okay, guys, did I not tell you? She's how adorable Is this on her? Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta give her a hug. Oh my goodness, she's like a princess, so pretty. Oh my gosh, I love her. Okay, sorry, I will not hog her off camera. I'll put her back so you guys can see her. So I think there could be ways to maybe stagger the capacity, maybe, and or not capacity, but the attendance. But it's so hard because I think everybody want like people like line up early. Like my friends, they woke up at like four or 5 o'clock, and they were down there hours before the event opened. The last time I went, I was actually one of Jenny Lee's helpers, so I was able to get onto the show floor, a little bit earlier, and I didn't have to wake up that early. Very luckily, and maybe, too, maybe I don't need to be so hardcore about it too. I mean, that year where I was up early and I was like one of the first in line, there was a very specific baby I wanted. That was my Mia, my Ella silicone baby by Jenny Lee, that I knew she only had one baby like that. I knew she was bringing her to the show. I wanted to have first dibs. I like wanted that baby so badly. And I literally ran right to Jenny's table as soon as the gates opened. So, oh my gosh, this is making me want to go back and watch old doll show footage. I like miss the show so much. I like miss, and I think the social aspect, I just miss seeing my friends, and I miss like all the events are so fun. So, but I just am trying to, it's so hard to imagine us being able to do those things again. Yeah, I don't know if there's a way to do these things where it is socially distanced, like where everyone's wearing a mask, where you're at a table, but you sit maybe every other seat. I think you'd basically have to cut the capacity in half. And I don't know if there could be a way to set up the vendor booths so that you have like a clear glass partition in between. It's so hard. I mean, all of that feels like it would just take a lot of expense to make happen. And or you'd have to cut your number of vendors down to half and have them really spaced out, like have an empty booth essentially between all of them so they have enough space in between. But even with the vendors, they're going to have people coming to their booth, and that's a lot of people cycling in and out in a very small space that's indoors. So I don't know actually if we're going to be allowed to have that event. I think the conferences, I don't know if the Winter Doll Show, like how that's working, because I thought all conferences and stuff were still not allowed to happen quite yet, just with everything going on. But oh my gosh, I'm getting distracted because she's so adorable. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have any thoughts or perspective on that, because I just don't know how to do it in a way that's like safe for everybody, and everybody will be either driving. I mean, driving is a much safer way to get there, or flying on a plane. It's like, for me, it's like a 2.5 hour flight from LA to Salt Lake City, and then you have another 45 minutes in a car. Yeah, to me it just all feels so crazy that we can all go. I really hope we can. We were supposed to go to Hawaii in June, and we rebooked our trip to next summer, June, and I'm just kind of crossing my fingers and praying and hoping that we'll be able to all be vaccinated by then, because I kind of feel like that's the only way I'm going to feel comfortable taking the family on a long trip like that. I just don't know. Um, anyway, so yeah, I'm just trying to think through. I think things like, events like the baby shower and awards banquet, I just feel like it'd be hard to do these things safely without really cutting down capacity. And then, and would it just be weird socially, just everybody with a mask on? I mean, I think that would be important, especially if the vaccine isn't widely distributed by then. Um, but yeah, I'm just kind of thinking out loud. And I think also, yeah, with the classes, we're sitting all in like close proximity, painting a doll. That's hard to imagine too, So, but I also think if you cut capacity in half, that makes the show highly unprofitable and not worth having, probably for the organizers, or for the ladies who are teaching a class, or for the vendors to show up if, they, if they have so much fewer attendees and things like that. So So really, really hard to think that through. But what do you all think about the doll show and the doll shows in general in 2021? Whether you think we'll be able to have them, and if there are any modifications that can be made to make this safer for everybody, assuming that we're not all widely vaccinated by that point. So anyway, leave a comment below. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys have a great day and stay safe. And we will see you guys soon. And Olivia's going to say bye.